What's up, YouTube? So I did one thing this week that changed my squat completely. Maybe asking, what'd you do? Just got a different bar. Got a bar with center knurling, finally. Got a legit Rogue Ohio power bar. Big difference there. Like I said, that center knurling gonna allow me to stay tighter on the squat and not have to worry so much about it rolling down my back. As a low bar squatter, the bar sits on your rear delts and across the middle of your traps. And so that center knurling helps to lock it in on your shirt and kind of keep it from rolling anywhere. So as long as you're pulling down into your back really hard, it's not going to move. Not unless you just completely give up on the lift. You can see 335 last week. It moved pretty good, but I had a lot of rear delt pain from it because the bar was steadily trying to slide down my back. 340 this week, moved exceptional, all while being at 5 o'clock in the morning. I did that squat single at roughly like 5:30 in the morning. It takes me about 10 to 15 to get out here, and then another little bit to warm up. So fairly early to be hitting 340 on the squat. I was super pleased by it. I think it spells well for the gains to come, especially on my squat and even my bench press. So moving into Monday's lift, that is my first upper day of the week. I do competition bench on that day. Competition bench, we hit 265 for a single, and I would give it like RP 7 at max. I honestly feel that I could have gotten 4, maybe 5 reps with 265. Felt super good. I want to say a little bit of that is just because I'm getting stronger on the bench, but also the new power bar is a little bit thicker, and so it feels like I have more to press against, which is super nice. Another big key takeaway from Monday is a weighted pull-up PR, 45 pounds for 11 reps. Now, a little bit of that might be contributed to by the fact that I lost 2 pounds over the week, but I don't think all of it is. I think I'm slowly but surely getting a stronger, bigger back. Keep pushing. Going into Tuesday, of course, hit the 340 squat. Felt great. Did all the accessories following that. So my abs, calves, and other leg work. Moved pretty good. Felt pretty good. It definitely had me ready for the rest of the day. Because working out at 5 a.m., you're ready for work after that. It does kind of suck getting up to do it, but you got to do what you got to do, especially to combat this heat. It has been extremely hot. One of the reasons I was trying to work out in the morning, so that way I'm not out here fighting to cool off and stop being so winded in between sets. Just focus on moving the weight. Wednesday was a little rough. So Wednesday is my second upper day. It is generally a more bodybuilding focused day. And so I do incline work and standard stuff like that, but I do a lot of pulling movements. I do heavy curls on that day. One of the good things that happened because of it is I had 55 pounds for 10 reps on dumbbell curls. I feel that's pretty nice. Like I said, I'm going to keep pushing those, but I may have to lay off the weight just a little bit. I was starting to develop some forearm pain right here, and I primarily noticed it whenever I would squeeze something with my middle finger. And so right there on the top side of my forearm, kind of into the bottom side, just anytime I was gripping something, it was irritated like crazy. So that all happened on Wednesday with my curls. And I think it's primarily because, like I said, I'm doing a lot of gripping exercises, rows, pull-ups, chin-ups, curls, more curls. Stuff starts to add up a little bit. And when you're in a calorie deficit, your ability to recover from these things is significantly diminished. And so moving into Thursday, when I do deadlifts, it's when it started to show itself. Did wake up at 5 a.m. again to try to hit this session. A lot went wrong. It'll say here is 5:05 from that morning. It didn't move. I mean, warm-ups felt terrible. 4:05 felt the worst it's felt ever. 4:55 went up, but it was awful. It felt terrible. And there's 3 major factors to me for that. One is that my forearms hurt. So my ability to grip the bar was diminished because of it. Number 2 is I was in the bed for 8 hours, laying there. Deadlifts require a good bit of technique. They require a good bit of mobility. One thing that you are once you first get up is stiff. You're stiff as a board. And so 5 a.m. and 500 on deadlifts, they don't equal. They do not. Last thing is CNS was not ready. As you go through the day and you do more, your body is delivering nutrients everywhere. Your brain is kind of turning on early in the morning. It's like, hey, we're about to go do stuff. Let's get ready for it. It's your central nervous system at work. That is pretty critical for lifting heavy weights. Because if your body's not ready for it and your mind's not ready for it, it's not going to tell your muscles to do anything. It's like, oh, well, we just woke up. I don't really feel like giving this your full attention. So I'm not going to employ your muscles to lift this weight. The 505 did not move. Come back that afternoon, and it flew. I mean, it felt great. It was honestly the best it's ever felt. And I'm getting to where I can deadlift 500 plus pounds pretty consistently. So that's letting me know that my strength is trending up even still while I'm losing weight. One thing that I did during this workout was I attempted to use some lifting straps. To be honest, I'm a big lifting strap hater. Cannot stand them. I'd much rather work my grip. And for the most part, my grip's not a limiting factor on many of my lifts. So on my back off sets, I was doing 405 for 3 sets of 3, which is nothing crazy. But I was like, this is just a little bit of extra volume and fatigue on my forearms that I don't think that I necessarily need, especially if I want to continue to progress week to week. So I use lifting straps, and I hate lifting straps. And here's why. I mean, you see 405 here looks awful. I'm going to swap it to when I got tired of them on the last 2 sets. I recorded those. 405 looked easy. I mean, it looked simple. One of the big things is that with the new power bar, the knurling on it is really, really rough. And so you have to set up the straps on the smoothness of the bar and then slide them out to wherever you want them. One, I don't like doing that. It always feels uneven to me, feels awkward, and I like training my grip. Number 2 is I brace at the top of my deadlift. So before I ever go down to the bar, I get a big belly of air, brace into the belt, and then I go down. I grip it, I get tight, and then I pick it up. Well, with straps, I'm down there, cranking around the bar, messing around for half a minute, and you can't hold your breath that long and then still pick up weight. And so I have to brace while I'm in the bottom, and I hate the way that it feels. So all in all, session moved pretty good. Like I said, that 505 in the afternoon felt way better. Did some pause squats after that. They're starting to feel better. I got my wife to count the pauses, and what I shoot for is 3 seconds. And I told her, I was like, I'm going to do it on Mississippi. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. And she hit me with, I would say, at least a 5-second pause squat, because she was 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. I was up under the bar like, oh my God. But I held it the whole time, so I guess that is an ability PR of sorts. I swiftly corrected her after that set because, like I said, she was trying to kill me up under there. 3 seconds is already a long time to be pausing a squat. I would say it's on the longer end. Most people pause a squat for maybe half a second. I don't even consider those pause squats, but whatever. So 3 seconds is pretty long. 6 seconds is an eternity. If you've never done a pause squat, give them a try with some decent weight on your back, and you'll see exactly what I mean. So going into Friday, had a lift with the pops. Everything was kind of standard. It's another bodybuilding day, just doing shoulders and arms. One thing I did do was I kept the weight a little bit lighter on any kind of curling activity. I also do pull-ups on that day, which is just with body weight, so it's not a super great grip test, but I do heavy barbell curls, and I backed off on those a little bit and just kind of went higher in the reps to match the stimulus that I normally get. So nothing crazy. Honestly, this week was definitely a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm excited about what it kind of illustrates to me. I'm definitely getting stronger. The big three are moving in a nice way, and I'm ready to see what the end of this block yields for me, especially considering hopefully by the time I go into the next block, I'll be done cutting. I hit that 10 to 12%, have full 6-pack abs, and be able to start working myself up to maintenance calories, and then a very slight calorie surplus, so that way recovery is just going to blossom. It's also going to be a little bit cooler by then, so I'm going to be battling this southern heat. It's going to be rough. So, with all that being said, I feel pretty strongly that I'm going to hit 270 on the bench this week. I'm going to go for 350 on the squat. It's a 10-pound jump from last week. You see, I try to make smaller increments than that normally, but I just feel that confident about it. And then 510 to 515 on deadlift. That one's really kind of up in the air. You know, with deadlifts, especially for me, 510 can fly, and then I may not even break 515 off the ground. I don't really see that happening, but you know, it's a possibility. I try to temper my expectations a little bit because of it. So what I've got drawn up here, fitness, highlighted in green, that is your ability to do something. Fatigue is the accumulated stress on your body, whether that be from work, poor sleep, poor nutrition, increasing your workload, specifically in training, you name it. That is a hindrance on your body. Strength, we're going to indicate in blue, and volume and intensity in black. Volume and intensity is just the amount of work you're doing. So if you do 300 pounds on the squat for 10 reps this week, that's 3,000 pounds. You do it for 11 reps next week, that's 3,300 pounds. Your total volume for that session has gone up. Generally, what you'll see in progressive overload is to continually push that number up. You push intensity up, aka your proximity to failure. You push volume up, aka your workload. So, what you'll see here is your fitness starts at what I'll call your peak or your baseline. We'll say it's right here, before you start lifting, or as you enter a block. Your volume and fatigue are here. As those two climb up, and they'll climb up proportionally, generally, your fitness is going to disproportionately or inversely climb down. That's okay. That is to be expected. This right here is nothing but your show. This is what you want to show people, and you have to time your show effectively. Whether that be for a powerlifting meet or just trying to hit maxes in your home gym, whatever it may be. What you'll also see is that blue highlighted strength is going to continue to grow, but it's not going to be in direct relation to those two. You will see a noticeable trend in it, but it's just going to be a little bit here, a little bit over time. So what you'll do is you'll ramp all that up. And for me personally, I'm going to ramp that up for 7 weeks. I'm going to increase volume, intensity, fatigue is going to increase with it. And then in the 7th week, I'm going to start dropping it down. And drop volume, drop intensity, and because of that, my fatigue will fall. I'll be able to recover past it a little bit. My fitness will shoot back up, and with my strength being here, that brings my fitness to a new high. And so, that all being said, it's when the PRs start happening. Looking to hit, I'll say 550 on the deadlift by the end of this block. Hoping to hit 290, 295 on bench press, and then 385 to 390, somewhere in there on the squat. This might be a bit much for me, but you can shoot high and aim low at the same time. Don't beat yourself up if you don't quite hit what you're doing, but as long as you're making progress over the long periods, that is all that matters. And so with all that, see you later, YouTube.